Now, unfortunately, we've continued to see devastating mass shootings across the country, particularly at schools. Democratic lawmakers usually take this time to point to an assault weapons ban, which Biden has actually made his goal to bring back. Would that kind of ban do anything to prevent these shootings?
No, it wouldn't, because you can shoot with a lot of different kinds of weapons. You know, an AR it's not an assault weapon, whatever assault weapons are, but look, it's a more capable weapon. I'll grant them that, but it's also more capable of if you need it for self-defense. If I know the following scenario is going to happen. Let's say my wife is home alone, and I know someone is going to go after her. I know someone is going to break in that house, and they're going to be armed. What do I want her to have? An AR or a pistol. Those are your options. She needs an AR. It doesn't kick. It's easier for her to shoot. It's 3 points of contact. It's easier for her to aim. She is empowered with that. A whole higher magazine capacity is also important, especially for someone who's scared and not a very good shot. So for me, pistol, whatever, I'm fine, because I'm a good shot and I'm tactically proficient. Most people are not. So for self-defense, your AR is your self-defense weapon. It's crazy to say otherwise. If you say otherwise, it means you know nothing about gunfights. And I know a few things about gunfights. So there's that aspect of it. We'll never get rid of that as a self-defense weapon. But second, you can still do just the same amount of damage with any other kind of gun. This is just basic ballistic science. It'll work the same. So what do? And when I ask parents, like, be honest, take your political hat off. If I give you two options, and tomorrow you send your kids to school and you have two options. One option is an assault weapons ban put into law. The other option is you just got armed security at your school. Which makes you feel more safe? And be honest, it's the armed security at your school. So in Texas, they just passed that. I saw a quick headline on it, so let me make sure I'm fact checked on that. But I believe that just happened. So that's smart. That makes sense. It's affordable. We've done the math. I made all these headlines on CNN because I dared talk about it. Everybody's like, that would cost $10 billion. And it's like, okay. I guess that's fine. We spend that on a weekend, if it's our kids, okay. I mean, because that's real deterrence. It is. And this last big shooting in Nashville, we know from the manifesto they chose the school with less security. It really is that simple.
Can you expand a little bit on what exactly Congress can do? What else would be included in this measure? Would this be federal, or would you want to see it state by state?
At the federal level, it would only be grant funding, which there's already bills like that. I couldn't name off the top of my head, but I've seen them. I think I've signed on to them. It's like SAFE Act might be what. Don't quote me on that. It's been brought up before, but the states can do it. Okay, the states can do it. This is not a heavy lift to have a couple security guards at a school. Most schools I visit already do this. This is very normal behavior. So it's not like you have to fund every single one, because most of them already do it because it's, common sense. Even just for internal fights, that's why they do it. And I want to address the counter argument Democrats always have. So they say, well, the studies show it doesn't help. Okay, well, let's think about what you're studying with these data points. Obviously, schools with increased violence, like gang violence, with internal kind of shootings, not your dramatic Columbine style shooting, gang style shootings, which do happen in especially your more impoverished areas, your more inner city schools, they tend to have police there. And so Democrats are going to say, well, there's police there, that doesn't decrease school shootings, but what they're forgetting is to think about the data holistically. It probably did decrease what otherwise would have been much more shootings. It is just really frustrating how they try to manipulate data and studies to make their political point, when it's so damn obvious to any common sense person that a cop with a gun, who is armed and watchful, is a deterrent against a crazy person who tends to do these very unpredictable mass shootings. And that's the thing. There's a very big difference between criminal behavior, your gang-related shootings at school, and these sort of Columbine-style dramatic mass shootings. Those are the ones that freak everyone out because they're so scary and nobody understands them. To prevent those, you have to have deterrence right there at that moment.